The dawn sank low across the ancient walls. Fredrik's eyes were dim, his voice way down. A burden older than the kingdom's crown. Viktor, he whispered, now that your name is known, you have the strength to stand alone. The curse may break, your flesh made new, your human heartbeat could return to you. But should you shed this beastly frame, the unseen force will rise again. Not weakened, hidden, lost or bound, but raging free, unchained, uncrowned. It will strike the magic bone with claws unseen. The living world torn at the seams. To save yourself would doom us all. One life restored, a world to fall. Viktor's breath grew ragged, his voice a blade. Is this my fate? Forever chained. If I become the unseen force, I walk this path forever. The path I begged to end long centuries ago. And Fredrik, once my only friend, will rise against me as my foe. But if I choose to break the curse and finally set myself free, then all the world will break apart and fall because of me. Because of me. Fredrik closed his eyes as if it hurt to speak. Not forever, not as you think. We might awaken the human inside. Let both yourselves stand side by side. You could shift between the wolf and man at dawn or dust by your own command. But there is a price, one steep and grim, to merge with the force you carry within. If I become the unseen force, I walk this path forever. The path I begged to end long centuries ago. And Fredrik, once my only friend, will rise against me as my foe. But if I choose to break the curse and finally set myself free, then all the world will break apart and fall because of me. Because of me. You'll be immortal, not by curse but choice. No death, no aging, no fading voice. To do this, Viktor, you must stand strong. Accept the unseen to where you belong. You'd become the balance that all life needs, a living guardian of cosmic deeds. But understand, once you rise as the force, our paths will part, its destiny's course. The silence roared like a tidal wave as Viktor trembled at what he must say. I don't want immortality. I've carried this curse for centuries. I sought relief, release, and end, not godhood forced upon my skin. I wanted freedom, not a throne, not power burning through my bones. If I become the unseen force, I walk this path forever. The path I begged to end long centuries ago. And Fredrik, once my only friend, will rise against me as my foe. But if I choose to break the curse and finally set myself free, then all the world will break apart and fall because of me. Because of me. Fredrik bowed his head, my friend, I know, but fate is colder than winter snow. Break the curse and doom the living, or take the force, the world through the castle haze. I need time, time to breathe, time to wrestle with what I believe, to pass both carved in pain. One of fire, one of flame. I must think before I choose what I'll save and what I'll lose. The hall shook as the werewolf fled, a blur of claws and silver dread. Into the wilderness he disappeared, a streak of power ancient feared. Fredrik watched the shadow shift, his heart too heavy for words to lift. And then he whispered to the fading dawn a truth that stung like something wrong. Dear Viktor, she knew all along, if someday she were dead and gone, you'd search to break the curse you bore, and in your freedom she'd rise once more. You were not just her blade, her wrath, her voice, but the seed of her reborn choice.